Greetings. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Spirit Walker channel. I just wanted to have a quick video today to discuss something that happened to me this night. Last night I had an astral projection that was very strange. I don't have the capacity to astral project willingly, so I don't snap my fingers and astral project. At least I don't have this capacity yet, but I do have the capacity to become conscious or wake up when I'm astrally projected. And sometimes you end up having very weird experiences, and you because you're conscious, you record everything, and you wake up and you are able to tell, you're able to remember. And if you practice remembering your quote unquote dreams, if you practice this, you will get better at it and you will remember these projections. Some of them are actual dreams. So your body is not separated from your astral and your etheric double, but your mind is creating images, etc. So dreams are what people think they are, so images. But in many cases, you are disconnected, and your astral body is capable of doing things, and you can do this consciously or unconsciously, and you remember this when you wake up. You have a very faint memory of what happened, and because of that faintness, you think that it was all a dream and nothing happened, etc. But the more that you practice, the more that you force yourself to remember your dreams, remember your projections, you end up being able to distinguish what is a dream, what is a projection, or at least you could say, like, I'm 80% certain that it was a dream, or I'm 80% certain that it was a projection. And the more you practice, the easier it will be for you to remember. So as soon as you have a projection or a dream, you should try to repeat, and you wake up in the morning, you should try to repeat this in your head, because that is how the information is going to be transferred from your astral brain to your physical brain, by repeating the information when you are repeating the story, when you are already awake and functional. So you keep repeating, and that information is slowly transferred from your astral body into your physical body. Then it becomes part of your physical memories. So this is a process that is very interesting for you to practice, and I've been practicing this for some years. And as I said, I don't have the ability to project by will, at the snap of a finger. But I do have the ability to remember when I'm projecting in most cases. And today I had a very weird experience. I was lying in bed, and I became conscious, and I realized that I was partially projected. So my physical body was lying in bed, belly down. My astral body was already partially projected, something like this. The head was projected, the chest was projected, the arms were projected, and there was an entity holding me up. I could feel the hands, I could feel the arms of this entity. So the hands were lifting me as if you lift a baby. So from the armpits, from around this region here, so lifting me up like that, lifting my astral body like that. And I thought that was very strange, because usually when I am in an astral projection, that is a result of my spiritual guides helping me to project. But the way that they normally do it, there is a normal separation because everybody projects at night. You're watching this video, you project at night. You may not remember, but you do. And when the body is already fully projected, then my spiritual guides allow me to regain consciousness. So that is how I usually project. So I don't project, I just kind of wake up when I'm already out there. So these are the ones that I have had for most of my life. But this one, there was actually something lifting me up from the armpits and the shoulders. The very strong hands lifting me up, and I was already my head was disconnected, my chest was disconnected, my arms were already flailing, disconnected. Non-coincident. And then I became conscious. I realized that there was something weird about that, because that's not how usually my spiritual guides help me disconnect or project. But I decided to. I couldn't really tell if it was a negative entity or a positive entity that was trying to lift me up, trying to disconnect my body. So, but because it was the whole situation was so weird, then I decided to protect myself. And the way that I protect myself, and this is something that I really suggest that you do if you find yourself in these situations, is you say the Lord's Prayer. It's incredibly powerful. It's amazingly powerful. You could say the Lord's Prayer in English, or you could repeat the mantra of the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic, which is Abum de Bashmaya. That's the first sentence. So, which is it is Our Father who is in heaven. That is the first sentence, Abum de Bashmaya, in Sanskrit. In Aramaic. So these words are very powerful. They have a resonance that the negative entities cannot stand. The Lord's Prayer, because it's connected to Jesus, and there is an immediate link with Jesus Christ and what He came on this planet to do, and what He's still doing for us on this planet. Then because of that, the entities cannot stand it. The negative entities cannot stand this. And then I started praying the Lord's Prayer. And what I realized was, as I was doing it, the hands started kind of losing power. And I just need to add that in the astral, things feel real. As real as it gets. Things don't feel dreamy or soft, or things are transparent or anything like this. It's not like that at all. Things feel even more real than this reality that we have here. It actually fits. It's a parallel universe. It's a parallel dimension. And things really feel as real as it gets. As I said, it feels more real than this reality that we have. And the hands stopped lifting me up as I was praying and praying and praying. I could realize that the hands were not as powerful anymore to lift me up. And then all of a sudden, my body just snapped back. My astral body, or etheric, maybe both my astral body and the etheric double, snapped back into my physical body. And that was the end of it. I didn't know if it was a positive or negative entity, but as I said, this is not how usually my spiritual guides separate me from my physical body. So I had a suspicion that maybe this entity trying to detach me or disconnect me was not the best of entities. And this morning when I was meditating, when I was commuting, the entity, or not the entity, but the answer that I got while meditating was that it indeed was not a positive. It was a service to self entity that was trying to disconnect me, trying to cause some fear, etc. And I know why this is the case. It's because there is something that I need to do. There is a project that I need to do on this planet that these entities are hell-bent on blocking. And this is most likely the case with you guys. So if you're watching this video, chances are, so if your higher self brought you to watch this video, chances are that you are also a light worker, or a wanderer. And you're here for a reason. So the chances that you are also being attacked are very high. I would say that the chances would be very high. And I would like you to, if possible, if you could comment down below, put your own stories down below in the comment section. That would be really helpful for me, for all the other friends that are looking for this type of information on YouTube. And I have had other projections like this. I found myself, one day I woke up, I became conscious, I was projected. I was my astral body was just slightly above my physical body, but then I became conscious, and there was a creature, there was something like the golem in around my bed, and it was going around my bed. On another circumstance, I became conscious, and there was a witch. It was a stereotypical witch. It wasn't a modern witch. It was one of those, the Wizard of Oz type witches, or Snow White type witches. Was so comical. And then when I actually woke up in my physical body later, I started laughing, because I started thinking, look, they have sent Gollum, they now have sent the witch from Snow White. They're running out of bad guys to send. Who are they going to send next? If next time if they send Darth Vader, I'm going to piss myself laughing. They're really running out of options. So today I just wanted to first send a message to the entity that is sending these entities. So maybe a black magician in the astral, maybe a 5th density black magician, or maybe even a 4th density entity that they can project more easily, or sometimes even a 3rd density Illuminati or military stooge somewhere in Antarctica trying to do these things to people, because there's also training in projecting and interfering with people's dreams and images around nighttime. So for you that are doing this, I wish you lots of love and light. I would like you to do something that is slightly more productive, more benevolent in your life. So make something out of yourself. It would be interesting to, if you could stop trying to play these games. Not interesting to me, but interesting to you, because your life would be far more productive and you would suffer less, because I know that you live in fear. Your life is a perpetual panic attack. I know this, and you know this. But what I don't know is, how can someone decide to continue living like this, in a perpetual panic attack, and trying to screw up trying to screw others up as much as you can and trying to hold people back and trying to create fear. It's not going to work with me. I'm laughing of this. I look forward to when you send Darth Vader. That's going to be hilarious. But there you go. And the other thing is, if you need someone to talk to, if you want to have a conversation, because I know that you are suffering quite a lot. If you're a military third density slave, or if you're a fourth density reptilian, or a fourth density mantis, or even a fourth density humanoid entity, or even a fifth density black magician, I know that you're suffering quite a lot. So if you want to talk, if you want to discuss things, if you want to find someone that will listen to you as a friend, please show up, and I'm going to talk to you. I can be your listener. I can be your friend. I want to understand why you are in such an anger, why you are in such despair, because I think it's time for you to get out of your nightmare. It's time for you to get out of your perpetual panic attack. I think you have suffered enough. Don't send your minions anymore. It doesn't look. It's just wasting time. And the other thing as well is, every time that you send your minions, you're making me stronger. You're making me much more powerful, because I'm just getting more and more experience, and I'm getting closer to God. You're just making my mission even more noble. So it's not going to work. And let's have a chat. I wish you lots of love and light, and I wish that your suffering will stop. And I'm offering to listen to you as a friend, for you to understand that the negative path is a path of suffering. It's a path of incredible loneliness and incredible suffering. So I'm there for you. I'm offering my ear and my shoulder for you. Now, to my YouTube friends that are listening, I know that some of you are also being attacked. This is happening to all light workers. I would say all light workers, all wanderers. And this is a sign of victory. Battle has been joined. Battle has been won by the light. These attacks are just what a psychotic mentality would do. A psychopath would never say, "Oh yes, I'm wrong on this. I'm ready to change my side, and I'm ready to change my attitude." Psychopaths don't do this. Psychopaths would just say, "Look, I need to lash out, and I need to be more aggressive," because unfortunately that's the only language that they understand. It's fear, it's pain, it's anger, it's despair. Their life is predicated on fear, anger, despair, and pain. So these attacks are a sign of the victory of light. Battle has been joined. Battle has been won. So this is actually very good news. This is very good news. If you are being attacked at night, don't freak out. Don't go into fear. Jesus Christ is here to help. Jesus Christ is all over the place. His consciousness is helping us and it's supporting us. And it's something that is so powerful that the negatives can't even stand to begin to withstand that. So the idea is that we are already victorious, and the negatives know that. They are desperate. They are, I don't know, in a bunker somewhere in Antarctica or or in a spaceship somewhere, but they can't get out of this planet because there is a curfew, there is a barrier preventing them from getting out. So they are completely desperate, they're completely lost, they're trying everything, they're throwing in the kitchen sink. And my advice is rejoice, be completely free from fear, rejoice, pray, meditate, and remember that beyond sorrow there is happiness, beyond both there is peace. See you next time.